Hi everybody, this is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers, the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, and the Junk Journal and Paper Crafts Facebook group, the Sweet Pea Papers Ko-fi shop where you can purchase these journals after they're made. Now, last video I said was video 6 because I didn't realize that I had 4, 5, and 6 recorded and on my other computer. So that was actually, now I am confused. I was thinking this is video 7. Yes, because I had 4 and 5 recorded. Last one was 6 that I called 4. This video is 7. All right. Maybe I just won't say which video it is in which order. So we've gotten all this done so far. And we still have page 10 and pages 10 and 12 to do. Got a quivery voice today. I'm going to do 10 off camera. I think I'm just going to put a belly band on it because we're going to do 12. And 12 is going to be fun. It's something I've never made before, so we'll see if it works, first of all. Second of all, we're going to need this many papers. And so let's get going. So these two are envelopes. Okay, I did put the magnet on already because I didn't want to forget in amongst all of these things. And here's the paper. So what's going to happen is that we're going to glue this envelope on here. I cut it down on both sides so that it would fit on this paper. It was about 1/8 of an inch too wide. So I cut it down a little bit on both sides to make it fit. As you can see, I cut it down more on this side than I did on this side. Should I cut this side down to match? I think I should. I don't want to mess it up. That's going to look bad. Okay, let me cut this down to match. And we'll just center it. Okay, it's close enough. We're going to paper it. So we're going to glue this part as a pocket. And the pocket's going to be on this side. So we're going to glue these 3 sides. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Now remember, page 12 is on the back of the signature, so this faces outwards. And we'll have a tab and a charm on it, on the card. Now, so this is going to go like this. I've cut it open so that it opens like this, right? And I shouldn't have written that close to the edge. So we're going to paper it. In fact, I didn't need to put it on there at all. But we've still got this little envelope. And what, pray tell, are we going to do with this envelope? Well, when this one's shut, like so, we're going to put this one, we're going to glue the flap onto this flap, right? So that it goes like this, and it's centered in the center of this envelope. I don't like that either. I guess I better re-ink too. All right. So I better re-ink both sides of this. I already sprayed this, but man, this is just the lightest ink. And on these thin papers, it's really hard to get it to ink very well. Now when I pulled this apart, it did leave this on here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can hold it long enough for the camera to focus on it. Maybe I'll put it here. But it left the glue kind of right here and a little bit of the paper because it was folded up like that, and I pulled it apart. And I cut the little things off first. There were those little pieces that went up, and I cut those off first, and then I opened it up. Okay? And on this side, I did the same thing. I cut the little things off. I didn't open it up though. So, and then I need to ink here. Whoops. That's probably why there's no ink. I'm trying to ink from the lid. Oh, that's going to be, well, I better ink it anyway, just in case you see a little bit of it. Here, I thought I was all done inking envelopes ahead of time. Okay. Now I'm hungry for lunch. Okay, so we're going to paper everything first though. And the first thing we're going to paper, oh wait, I forgot to tell you what we were going to do. I got carried away. All right, so this is going to get glued on like this. We might be trimming a little bit of this off. That's okay either way. So we're going to glue it to the flat. So this will flip up. And we'll have a card in here. Okay. Then this will flip up, closing that envelope back up, right? And then this will flip down like so. And we'll be able to write on all three of these. We're going to paper it, but still. Yeah, and so that'll flip, and then that will flip. So what we're going to have to do is flip this open to do the card or whatever, flip it closed, and then flip the whole thing open. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So we've got this, we'll put it on the bottom, and we're going to do this part first, and I'll tell you why. The reason why is because I'm going to put this one big picture across all three of these. As you can see, there's extra. Well, we're going to have to cut this as a continuous picture. So first we're going to cut it right here. You know what? Before I cut it, I should ink around the outside edges because I know I'm going to use the whole page. Then all I'll have to do is the inside ones that I cut. That's what I should do. I think I sprayed that too much. Let it soak in a little bit. Some yeah, see, that's what I wish I had gotten all the time. I think I pushed that down too hard. I wasn't getting any, but now I have to be careful to not ink too much because it won't match the rest if I do. Yeah, it's soaked in already. So, 'cause this is going to be easier to ink as one big piece. That's why I'm doing it now. Okay, now we'll cut it here. Okay, then we'll have to cut it down to the purple. I should have trimmed it. Let's see where I'm at. A hair off each side. Oh, see, and then I inked it. Now you have to re-ink it because I didn't measure it. Yeah, we're going to have to ink each one as we do it. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but we're going to do this whole page. Unless it's just something simple that I can say, and I'm going to do this off camera, and you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, that looks cleaner anyway. And this is a little crooked, the paper. So I'm expecting a call. That's why I have my phone in here. Usually I take it into the other room. I mean, you can still hear it, but not quite this loud. My stomach is growling. And then see, we'll put this here. Looks like we're going to have to narrow it a little bit to get it to fit. Maybe not. No. And then we're going to trim this down to the regular size. Okay, so let's put this on here. I just filled up my glue too, so I got glue coming and going. I'm going to move this up a little bit. The gap ended up being too wide. Wow, that's a lot of dings. I apologize. Now how can that not be lined up? It would help if I could paper, wouldn't it? These little envelopes taper, and then I cut on it, so it's kind of wonky. Yeah. See, this is crooked. It's just sliding around everywhere. Now, I wonder okay. So now I have to ink this again. Well, I guess it was silly for me to have inked it. All right. right, so we've got that done. This one's a little wonky, but looks like my design team is doing a bunch of messaging back and forth, but that's not what I was waiting on. Okay. So then this is going to flip up and this is going to flip down. Wow, that barely grabs that. Oh, it doesn't matter because this is gonna do it. Okay. So then the next thing we want to paper is this right here. Well, actually we want to do this whole envelope first. So let's do number 5. And this tapers, so we'll have to see how this works. Now that was my knee hitting the table, which jiggled the camera. I apologize. Now we are going to glue this small envelope on top of this, but we still needed to paper it. Thought that felt like it slid. Okay. Now we're going to do this one. Which is going to be this. You should have seen me going through all these papers. Oops. I was kind of silly, wasn't it? Actually, maybe I'll do this first and then, for goodness sakes. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to cut the bottom off first. And then measure again. That'll leave us this for something. That'll be nice. Okay. Cut this off here. Now we gotta measure the width. See, I didn't want to cut the width until I had the size for here, the height, because I didn't want to cut through the top of the paper that we're going to have as a scrap. I'm just gonna, well, good. We still have some purple left. I am so sorry. Must be updating one of my design team groups. Must be updating a bunch of stuff, you know, sending pictures and things, graphics to use and things like that. People post pictures of their projects. I moved it farther away so it wouldn't be so loud. It's almost in the living room. Had I realized it was going to be that loud, I would have moved it sooner. If you want to complain, see, it's in the living room and you can still hear it. But if you want to make a comment below, that's okay. I understand. It was very annoying to me as well. I record in a room with 2 computers. I forgot to turn the volume off. The computer is not very, you know, much. It was the phone. Okay, so we've got this. That's pretty. Okay, so this envelope is done. Okay, except for this part right here. It's all lined up and everything, but somehow this goes downhill a little bit. Anyway, so this one's done. And now we need to do this one. We're going to be gluing this to this. Okay. So we don't need to paper it. There we go. I'm going to have to slide it all the way down to here so that this is the same width. So I don't want it to be wider. Oh, it won't be. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's just start with one. Okay, so this is the top. And then when this flips up, that makes this the top. Okay. So let's get number one. And we're going to measure this to fit on here. So let's do the height first. So we can just cut this bottom off before we do anything else, and then we'll still have this without any edges being trimmed off. Now I think it's just a little bit on each side up to the purple. Yeah. Oh, see, it tapers. And it probably only tapers on one side too. Wow. For all the trouble it was, it came out fine. Okay. 2. I'm going to put some words and some lace and all on here. I just wanted to make sure to get the construction done, and then I'll do the rest, the lace and all that off camera. Okay, now we're going to do this and this with this. Maybe not. You know, I could do this with this. And that way we can get the dragonfly on there. forgot about that tapering. Gosh darn it. Okay. Trying to decide whether to just leave that inked. I don't think so, because you can see the glue. Oh, look at that. It's the plant right there. Okay. Wow. I just looked over there and saw that. I thought, well, maybe I'll just put that in there. Maybe is right. How about yes sirree Bob? I'm wondering I did not plan that. And some glue ooze out there. So now all I did was glue right along here, because just putting the card in and out. Well, look at that. Alright, now all I have to do is glue this on here. I'm wondering though, should I glue this on as a tuck and tuck a couple little tickets? And no, I'm not going to. I am going to re-ink this. And definitely put some lace across here. Yeah, it just looks weird. This lines up with this lines up with that, but for some reason it looks like it's crooked, but it's not. Okay, now all we have to do is put this on here. Then I'll decorate it and put it in the book, and then I'll show you when we do the beginning of the second signature. All right. And then there'll be a card sticking out here. Okay? Well, we got it done. All right, so now this goes up, and we're going to have a card here, right? Then we close this back. And that opens up. Oh, we had some glue seep. That's what the problem was. And then that opens up, and then this opens down. And then we need to put our magnet on the back. I like that. And then we'll put some lace and some pearls across there to hide that so it doesn't look crooked. You know, we almost should have put it as a pocket this way and moved it down. That's all right. I like being able to have the charm. Okay. All right. So that's it for that page. I'll get the lace and the pearls on there. Then let's see. We open this up, and I might put some lace across the bottom here. Just some of that thin, and piece of ephemera up here. Nothing too thick because we've got the magnet holding everything shut. And I'm going to leave this as it is. I may put a piece of ephemera here. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Okay, so that's it for this video. I can't believe we did this at right at an hour. Yeah, so I will see you in the next video, and that will start on signature 2. And thank you for hanging out with me for an hour and 1 minute. All right, bye.